Welcome to the Modern Eco Village. We are building a community in the south of Spain for 500 households, a complete community focused on health, sustainability, and community interaction. Our goal is to create a green oasis where we can upgrade different aspects of our lives, get closer to nature while keeping the modern comfort and technology. So listen up.
Hello, husband.
Hello, wife.
We got to talk about a few worries that people have. And also, we need to talk a little bit about schools and kindergartens and children. Because I know that some parents out there, some moms and some dads, they're a little bit on the fence regarding the MEV because we have not launched anything about schools and kindergartens. And some people are under the misconception that because we're not going to have any. And
no, that's wrong. We just don't have a clue. That's different.
We don't have a clue. We do have a clue. But also, when I think about this now, when we started recording, maybe you and I are like the worst people in this entire team to actually do this episode because we don't have children and we're not part of the development.
We have grown
office.
children.
We have grown children, but we're not part of the development of the schools and the kindergarten. But I want to address some of the issues because I know that some people are, or not issues, but some of the worries, because it's important for us to make moms and dads understand that we are, of course, building both kindergartens and schools and how this will look like. So one of the things, we have obviously a lot of friends with small children, and we have many friends who are going to have small children soon, and hopefully not too long we're going to be grandparents. At least that's our dream, or maybe a little bit early. But
I just don't see it.
I see it. Oh my gosh, Grandpa Iancu. It's going to be amazing.
Thanks.
I'm going to be Bonica. And you'll be just granddad or something.
Abuelo y abuela.
You can be abuelo. I'm going to be Bonica. I'm going to take the Romanian word. I think it's so nice. Or, you know what? Let's just be Oma, because it's even prettier, I think. Can I be Oma if
Can I
I'm
just
not?
be Iancu?
You can be Iancu. No, you're going to be granddad. Anyhow, we are building this beautiful village, and it's pedestrian-friendly, car-free. So one of the things that I know, I also lived with my nephew from he was a baby until he was 5. So one thing I've had for years is the hustle of getting that child in kindergarten and then in school, and it's such a stressful moment. And then like the race against the clock once you pick them up, but you have to drive home and get them in the car.
The race against the what?
The race against the clock.
Okay.
Do you remember when your children were small? And you pick them up in kindergarten and they're super tired and you try to fasten them in the car seat and they do this thing when they just turn into a plank. They just, and you cannot bend those little legs no matter how strong you are because they will not be in that car seat. So it's so many things that we are so excited about in the MEV. It's the fact that you don't have to drive your kids to and from school, and also the fact that we are creating a school system that's going to be a bit kinder than the ones that are
Let me double down on that.
Okay.
Like most of my friends that have kids, especially here in Spain.
Yeah.
Well, I know it's pretty much the same in Norway, just to a different degree. Like your life revolves around driving your kids to one thing or another.
Yeah.
Like all your free time goes to driving your kid to handball or to whatever.
Yeah.
And especially here in Spain, there's a lot of like extra classes that we have to take because the school system is so demanding compared to Norway. So they have to drive their kids to all these extra classes in addition to all the other activities they have. Like kids need to be driven everywhere because the urban infrastructure today doesn't allow for kids to go anywhere safely.
Exactly.
Yeah. So kids need to be driven everywhere. Imagine living in a village where the kids can just go to A, B, C, D, and you still have your life.
It was like this when I was little.
Yeah.
We went to and from everything ourselves, and we went in groups with, younger children or bigger children, and we took care of each other because it was so safe. And also the village that we're building, I don't even know if people can grasp how insanely large it actually is. I mean, it's this small, little, cute, modern eco-village, but it's actually huge, right? So we're going to have a lot of children in many different age groups, and we are providing the best schools and the best kindergartens. At least we aim to build the best there is.
Let me start with a negative thing. If you live in like the most remote place, where the modular houses are, for example, one of the opposite modules to the
down by the lake.
Yeah, down by the lake, as opposed to the common areas. That would be like a 15-minute walk. 15 minutes, right?
It's not that big though when I think about it. 15-minute walk to
yeah,
school.
but you know,
It's
if
like
it's a
the
kid
longest.
that chases butterflies on, on the way, I mean,
gonna
me at an early age, that would have taken 3.5 hours.
Yeah, but then they can do the golf cart and they can, drop it off or, walk
Yeah.
with the children. But anyhow, you're not supposed to talk about the negative things. Like if you're the one person who lives the furthest away from the kindergarten, you might have to use 15 minutes to get your kid to school.
It's still
kindergarten.
not bad.
No, it's still not bad. But anyhow, I just wanted people to know that we are obviously, we haven't launched anything yet because we're currently working on it. And if you're, because we know we have moms and dads watching this, a lot of people are just listening, taking in a lot of information. They have not decided yet. How many times lately have we gotten a new member and you tell me like, oh, they were like a silent watcher for a year and then we said something and they wanted to, join.
Well, I think the best way to start with this is just to tell people a little bit of the history of the school and kindergarten in the MAF, like all the phases we've been through, right?
Take it home.
Like we knew from day one that there will be a school and a kindergarten in the eco-village. And then we looked up all these alternative school systems, such as the Montessori. We began with the Montessori. It turns out the Montessori system was quite expensive.
Very expensive.
And we didn't want people, to suffer economically from putting their kids through school, because this is supposed to be, as a concept, supposed to be stress-free, low cost, leave-free type of village. But we do want a good school system, right?
Yeah.
So the solution would be then getting, first of all, approved by the Spanish educational system. Then we would have to implement some sort of a school system that fits the MAF, such as combining classes, for example. The first, second, and third grade can be in the same classroom, for example. And up to 12 years old, I think that's possible in a lot of different school systems. And of course, we've been many of our members actually came with suggestions, such as Montessori was the first one, but then we were looking at a Waldorf system and Life system and many other systems, right? But we need somebody that's going to just take control over that and bring it home. I cannot be doing everything in this place. Not that I'm doing everything.
You would be a very good principal though, because your authority.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
I would cry in my room the rest of the day.
But the as far as we've come for now is that we spent a lot of time because we kind of early on thought that we landed on the Montessori system, school system. We got, we got a girl who was going to run this and all of that, and then we noticed that the costs are not at all.
The concept wasn't viable.
It was way too much, and
The problem was that we found out that was not viable like 6 months into working with it, and so much time spent for nothing.
Which, in retrospect, is very, very good because we got a lot of members who are into some of the other school systems. And this is the beautiful thing because now we see that we can actually combine and kinda-ish make our own. So right now we have something called a communication circle, which is a group of some of the leaders here in the MEV. We're all leaders.
What are they called, Cassie?
Community circle.
Community circle.
circles.
What did
Thank
I
you.
say? Communication circle?
Yeah.
We have like 15,000 WhatsApp groups.
Yeah.
So, but the community circle is a group of parents and they're coming together and they're having online meetings and they have this WhatsApp group where they can discuss the needs and wants for their future children's education, both kindergartens and school. So if you are a mom or a dad, or you want to be a mom and a dad, or you identify as a mom or a dad, you can become a member today. And if you become a member now, even before we launch, you can actually help shape the future of your children. And this is kind of what we're looking at right now. So we do have a lot of people who have voiced an interest in working, like being hired.
Well, I think the kindergarten is kind of solved already.
The kindergarten is solved. Yeah, the kindergarten is solved. But we still don't have that one person that's going to run it.
Well,
Do we?
Several people kind of expressed their interest in doing that, but we haven't landed on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we have to like put all of their names.
Yeah, well, that's much easier, from a
the kindergarten is simple.
Point
The kindergarten
of view,
is simple. Obviously, everybody agrees that we want children who are outside a lot. We want children to play with different age groups. We want them to learn. We're going to have chickens. We're going to have so many beautiful things. And
That we also learn math.
they will also learn math, not in kindergarten, I hope.
Not math, but mathematics.
Like 1 + 1 is 3.
Yeah.
And also in the school system, we are for certain looking at the one person that wants to take control and run all of this. So as we've talked about many times before, we are going to have about almost 200 jobs, maybe even more, that we will offer where you can live and work inside the MEV. We also have community areas where if you work remote, you can, have this combined office space. What do we call it? Like co-working space,
spaces,
yeah. And also we have, restaurants and cafes and schools and kindergartens and gyms and health clinics, and it's going to be so many jobs out there that we're going to be offered up, and we do hire from within the members pool from the beginning. So we do have a lot of people already, but we still have enough spaces for anybody who really wants to work in a kindergarten or in a school. But if you
we are working with the building.
Yes,
just so
exactly.
That's the architect is drawing the buildings according to the Spanish regulations.
Yeah.
And certain things need to be in place, such as the school needs to have their own backyard, right? A private backyard only for the school, and their own cafeteria, cantina type of thing. And the same with a kindergarten. So all of this is being built. So somebody just needs to come in and grab whatever concept works for the MEV and run it.
It's in the master plan. Everything is drawn out. Everything is ready there, ready to be built. We're just looking for that one person that's going to come in and run the school. Exactly, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you are that one person,
give us a holla.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's I just want to, really, because so many people told me that, oh my gosh, but what do I do? I cannot live there because I have children or whatever. It's like, no, this is the best place in the world for children. It's one of the reasons, like I can't even fathom a better place to have children, or it's just going to be fantastic. And also when
I have small kids myself, I totally see how life in the MEV would be with children.
Can you believe it?
Yeah. I mean, we lived in a very quiet place in Kristiansand and up in Norway, and it was a very nice suburb type of neighborhood, very quiet and all that, but still cannot be compared to.
You're in the car from I don't even know when you started, like 7 a.m, and just all the picking up, going home, back to ping pong, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Remember the ping pong phase?
Yeah, ping pong phase. Yeah, that was a long drive.
Yeah.
Was driving 1 hour for a 14-minute ping pong session.
Yeah, and you can go anywhere during the ping pong session because
it
was not that long.
There.
Yeah, so you wait there. Anyhow, so one thing also that I'm very excited about, because for selfish reasons, because I think almost all of my friends have small children, and they're not that easily accessible, my friends, at certain hours of the day. Can we just say, right?
Yeah.
So
that's common.
Yeah, it is common. It is the way it is. But after observing my sisters, after being an aunt, after being a bonus mom, after being, we call it in Norwegian, filletante, like when you have children that you're not actually an aunt for, but you feel like you are, like Pero. I don't think he will ever know that I'm not actually his biological aunt, But after observing all of this, it's one thing I really seen is that after school until dinner, or actually until bedtime, is like, mayhem. It's horrible. So you have so little time, you have whiny, tired kids, you have hungry people, like it's just not a nice time. And then you finally get your kids to bed, and then sometimes all you just do is sit and look at pictures of your kids because you miss them, and you feel guilty or you feel bad for not having enough quality time with them, because of how the society is set up. You're spending so much time in the car, you're stopping by to do some grocery shopping with, crying kid on the shoulder, or you have to make dinner without certain ingredients because you don't want to stop at the store, and then you come home, you do the dinner, and then you clean your kids, shower.
I know where you're going with this.
Yes, it's the soup thing.
No, that was not at all.
Okay, I'm going to hear but I'm going to finish mine. Yeah. So remember when we talked to the people who's going to help us produce everything for the restaurants, right? Mm-hmm. So obviously we're growing so many vegetables. We're going to be season-based, and we're going to produce for the shops, but also for the restaurants. It's going to be a lot of leftover stuff. So we found out that we can do the soup and stew kitchen, right? So we use all of the leftover vegetables, and we make all these soups and the stews. And then you can, pay just a little sum, like from 2 to 5, the soup kitchen is open in the community area. So you can pick up your kids, And then you can walk over to the soup kitchen where you can grab a bowl, you could grab some seasonal fruit, seasonal super stews, have a little bit of bread, and you can sit there and your children can play and they can land and relax after school, and you can connect a little bit with the moms, and you can get a little bit of food so you don't have to, hurry home to this rushed kind of lifestyle. And when I talk to moms about this, I can see everyone just get this sigh of relief, because so many moms are used to, and I'm sorry, also a lot of dads. I know you were a fantastic dad. My dad was a fantastic dad, so it's a bit rude for me to say only moms, but let's say parents. So many feel so alone, and they're so tired, and those hours between pickup and bedtime, and then you wake up the morning after, just repeat it all. It's not, you don't get to create too many memories. You don't get to have like a calm nervous system and all of that. So this little system of, you have a place to go, children can run free, and if you get even like a phone call, you can actually just grab that phone call and leave, because you will know for certain that the other moms and the other parents that are sitting around there, they love your child and they will look after it. You're not alone in this. And
I know,
to get that
I know
food,
what you're saying, but I don't agree that this is such a decisive argument. It's a brilliant idea. It's a beautiful idea.
Okay, question.
Very idyllic.
Question.
But what I was coming to is that when I was little and when you were little, when you were a kid, you spent your days outside. You were not, overcharging your parents with absolutely everything. You were outside playing with other kids.
You're not constantly nagging on your parents.
This is a community, a close community. That's very safe and a car-free community.
Yeah.
So the kids will basically, be raised in that community. So they would not constantly rely on you.
Yeah. But you know why you don't think that the soup thing and all of that is that big of a deal?
Because I wasn't cooking.
Exactly. It's like when I finally hired a cleaning lady. I remember so well the first week that we had her. My life was, night and day. I couldn't believe my life. And you asked me.
Just for people listening, that was not a cleaning lady. That was like a full-time maid that was cooking as well.
That was a full-time maid, yeah. So she was clean, because we got this huge house, and we had a maid for almost a year, and she came in, and she cooked and she cleaned, and after, so this is the thing, she was there 10 to 4, cooking and cleaning, doing everything in the house, changing, tidying up our bed. She did everything, and at the end of the first week, you asked me, how did you feel about her? And I said, oh my gosh, my life is will never be the same. And you looked me dead in my eyes and you said, really? I didn't notice anything. I was like, of course you didn't notice. You haven't done any of these things. Are you kidding with me? So
for me, it was the same.
For you, it was the same. You woke up and your clothes were just magically in the closet, and your bed was magically made, and the food was in the fridge. And
like it is today.
Like it is. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I don't think we should go too deep into how our marriage functions, but this is some of it. But then again, oh my gosh.
Well, I'm in the office 12 hours a day, so I wouldn't have time to do it.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. You need to work as mom, and it's a village. But also, I have never, I haven't paid a bill in many years. So we do divide and conquer.
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
just so that's said. I don't want people to hate on us and cancel us because we lean into masculine and feminine roles, but we did decide many years ago, why don't you do what you like and I do what I like? And then we found out that you don't like doing house stuff that much. But then sadly we found out that I also don't like it that much. But we don't have a full-time maid anymore.
Yeah, but we do have a maid. Yeah.
We do have a maid one time a week, but we don't have a maid. We have a cleaning lady a few hours one time a week.
Is she coming 2 times a week?
No, not anymore.
Not anymore?
Not until recently.
Again, I didn't notice.
Exactly. Yeah.
How often is your cleaning lady coming, Cassie?
I can't even keep a straight face. I can't even answer this. No.
Yeah, I don't know.
Alyssa also has a cleaning lady right now. Do you know how much she loves us? Do you know the text messages we get because we're such nice people to work for?
Yeah, we also pay her.
Yeah. It's anyhow. So I think a lot of moms, especially. Yeah, I'm going to take it back. I'm going to talk directly to the moms. Moms, you're going to love living in the MEV. Dads, whatever.
It's going to be the same.
It's probably going to be the same.
No, it won't be. Gosh. It won't be. Of course, it won't be. I mean, I have the exact same vision as you do. I mean, we basically, come up with it kind of together.
Yeah.
But when it comes to life in the village, I think it can be so much more communication, so much more interaction between neighbors and friends,
Yeah.
and it's just so much
Yeah.
close together. So I think the lifestyle is going to be totally different. I mean, the reason why we had a full-time maid is because we had a house that used to be a hotel, and it was just extremely huge, and we never used it because we were mostly outside.
And so to
That was
our
dumb.
defense,
That was dumb.
yeah, that was dumb. But to our defense, also, I don't even know if we were ever alone there. We had so many. We had six guest rooms, and they were full. They were full all the time from either family members or people we work with.
Yeah,
So we would
yeah.
have, like bunch of people there all the time. So it was like a business thing. Like if I would have ran
Sure
that
was.
hotel for our friends and family and our colleagues, it would have been not good at all. So
Yeah. Well, I think life in the MAV is going to be different, and probably our house won't be that extravagant up there in the MAV, or it will. Depends on what we land on. But honestly, if I'm looking at the Villa Plus, the way it is divided, like, oh my God, I can't imagine anything more perfect. It's exactly what we need, like a couple of guest rooms, because we have lots of family coming to visit, and then the extra module really does it for me. The second living room.
yeah, for me too.
Yeah,
This
like
is epic.
yeah.
I want to have a piano there.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
I can play it. I'm gonna play just on repeat. It's
My
gonna be
favorite
great.
song.
Yeah. But okay, so we established moms and dads are welcome. Come live in the MEV. It's gonna be better. You don't have to hassle. You don't have to fight the clock. You don't have to drive. We'll all look after each other's children. And this is one thing that I think is really, 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 really nice with you. Actually, is that you really care for other people's children. Like when Maria, our neighbor and our dear friends, when anytime they need anything, you will take those kids, and take them for anything. And
Yeah.
I really like that. I like the fact that you're not supposed to care for your children alone. Other people are supposed to love them and help raise them. And this is one of the most beautiful things.
That's the beauty of community. Like people nowadays, like I think people under 40 don't fully realize what a community of this kind really means.
This is true.
Because they, when I was little, I would go to my grandmother's in the countryside, and that's the community that was really together. These villages in Romania, they grow kind of isolated, so everyone knows everyone, and they all help each other. And the neighbor would pop by, hey, do you have a little bit of sugar? I ran out, and the next time they would go to the shop, they will buy for both or whatever. It's all so integrated. Like neighbors mean so much more than what it means in a big city.
It's like we have it today. Right before we start now, I told you, hey, Maria's making homemade pizza today, so we don't have to make dinner. It's so nice. And
oh, really? It's like tonight?
Yeah, it's tonight. Yeah,
Oh my God.
because Friday night pizza.
Totally having pizza.
Yeah, and we have this friendship basket that we call it, because we live wall to wall with our dear friends, and we're really testing this community thing. So children will go back and forth. If we cannot make it home, we'll be like, hey, can you please go pick up the dogs and keep them at your house? And just like if I go to the store and if I buy stuff that I know, like we have this SLS chemical free detergent, whatever. So I'll always buy, double. And
wait, is Maria also making a bottle of Italian wine by any chance?
I don't think so. But anyhow, she will also oh my gosh, if she goes to like Carrefour, which is I say Carrefour, I will forever say that. Just like we have a restaurant in Kristiansand, and I call it Mother India.
Yeah.
It's called Mother India. I say Carrefour. I don't know. I'm wrong. There's something wrong with me.
Carrefour.
Carrefour. Because the first time I heard it, it was from Morten, our
Oh,
gardener,
yeah,
and he said Carrefour. He said Carrefour. So for me, that's the name.
Yeah, just for people listening, that gardener we're talking about, that's actually the guy designing the soil
Everything.
and all the gardens
permaculture
and
food forests. Everything.
Yeah. So he's designing everything garden based in the eco village, and the soil and the entire plan for production and all of that.
But this is how it
and
goes.
he's Norwegian and has a wonderful dialect.
Yeah, but when we first time we went here, he told us you have to go to Carrefour. He said to buy good cheese. because they have ecological and good stuff. And we were like looking everywhere for where's Carrefour. And we told him like, we can't find like Carrefour. And he was like, what do you mean?
K-A-F-O-R.
Yeah, exactly. And then we found out it was
Carrefour.
And since then I just say Carrefour. So arrest me.
Yeah, okay. We deviated from the subject a little bit.
A lot. So let's talk about some of the people's fears and worries, because these are fun.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So
regarding children, right?
no, just in general.
Oh, in general. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
We're supposed to talk about that in a different podcast.
yeah, but we do it now.
Okay.
Okay.
Should.
So what if the project is not going to go through?
Do not worry.
We've already worried enough about this.
Yes. We've been through that.
We are way past that.
Yeah.
If you asked us in 2024, we were just holding our breaths, hoping this would not happen.
I mean, it's normal with every project of this size, right? When you start with an idea and everything starts to come together, there's so many, roadblocks, and you try to overcome everything, but it's kind of insecure, but we're way past that period of time.
Luckily, in 2025, January hit, we could exhale.
Yeah.
And so...
Yeah, when we now own the plot, it's been a long process. We are really close with all the paperwork that we need. We have like teams of lawyers and technical engineers and architects.
Can I make one long story short?
Sure.
I want them to just get the gist of this. So imagine that you're me and Iancu. You have this crazy idea. We wanted to build a village. Without having any knowledge on how to do so, we decided May 2024, we had the point of no return talk, which was like, either we go all in now or we have to back out at this moment. And we decided to go all in, meaning that every single little kroner we had, we put into this project.
Basically, if this project doesn't happen, we're going to sleep on the streets.
We're going to have to, we literally had the talk that we have to move home and live with some of our parents. Yep. We were there. And we also quit all of our jobs to focus only on this. And at the same time, we quit all of our businesses. We sold out everything that we could sell, and we put every single kroner we had into this project because euros, yeah, because it's so expensive even just to apply, to see if you can even get there, and even just paying for it's so expensive. Imagine just building a porch, the applications and stuff. So it was so expensive for us just to see if this is even viable, right? But we had this gut feeling, we went for it. But it was very, very scary in 2024 to see how this is going to go about. So imagine then being us, you put your entire life at risk. You work tirelessly morning through night to make this happen, to find out, to navigate this entire system. And then, you spend a few months doing this. Iancu spent all of 2024 just traveling, making connections, meetings with all the politicians and lawyers and mayors and investors and everything. And financial advisors, everything, in addition to everybody who came onto this project to help us see this through. And then we finally get to the place where we can start negotiating buying this plot. And it was not the easiest, right? And we bought this plot, most people know, from both private owners and also from a bank, right? Mm-hmm. And then it was a lot of back and forth for weeks and weeks and weeks. And we were still holding our breath because we needed this thing to go through. We needed this signature, right? So we can finally breathe and be like, the plot is ours. And then I was not in the meeting, but you told me there was a 6-hour meeting with the lawyers going through absolutely every single thing. And then finally, the most difficult of them all, he finally signed. So this is kind of when you see that, okay, our entire life is not going to, we can it's actually happening. We can breathe. This is good. We did it.
Wait, what happened is that. Yeah.
I'm getting to it. I'm going to say.
I can say because I was there. You were not there.
What did he do? Say what he did.
He signed it, and then he looked at it one more time, and then he ripped it to pieces.
He ripped it to pieces. Can you imagine?
I had 5 seconds to go through 1 year of sleepless nights and enjoy those 5 seconds, and he ripped it to pieces.
He ripped it to pieces.
He had an idea that he actually, in that huge deal, he had the wrong idea that he was losing 10,000 euros, which is nothing compared to the entire sum.
So
but in reality, he was earning.
It was 40,000 too much.
So 40,000 too much, yeah. So we discovered that, and we made a paper again, and we signed it. But
it was. When you told me that, I cannot even, like, I was at home, having my heart in my throat, and I can just picture that moment, because it's, how many plots are there? It's so many, and they had to, like, he was like, he told the lawyer, like, and you guys have already been for hours and hours and hours and hours going through everything, and then he was like, oh, you got to crunch the numbers again, because I think it's 10,000 too little. So then in crunching the numbers on all of those plots one more time, and then figured out that it was, he was actually getting 40,000 too much. And didn't he say, like, oh, let's just stick to the original contract? And it was like the one that you tore up and threw. No. So it's been a lot of stuff. So there's not a chance.
Well, we still didn't answer.
What if the project doesn't get built?
If the project doesn't get built, people are kind of insured. The plot is valued at 4 times the sum that we bought it for, and the company doesn't have any loan. So, in case the project doesn't go through, the company will obviously pay its members and investors first, and the rest of the money, I don't know, we're buying a boat or something.
Yeah, or a tent, and we can tent in your parents' garden. But with that said, we're not at that point. We're not at that phase in the project anymore. Yeah. So that's not anything.
No, the project is 100% safe now, and there's no way going back. There's no risk of this not happening. Of course, there's the extremes, like if a war comes, China suddenly attacks. I don't know what can happen, but the chances that this project will not happen are very little, and we can show people that we actually believe in this, because we literally invested our entire lives into this. We're going 100%. It's not only us; it's everyone that came in this project that left their entire lives and moved over here to be part of this project. And we are a bunch of people working day and night for this to happen.
And for those who think that they don't understand because it's going really fast,
including Cassie. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, you moved from.
Where'd you get here from?
Texas.
Came here from Texas, and I just imagine the little cowboy hat and the little.
I love it when she asks, "Can you ask us if we want sweet tea and biscuits, please?" Just ask us.
What do you want me to do?
Yes. Listen to this, guys.
Okay, all the Texans who are listening to this, you're not gonna like me. Would y'all like some sweet tea and biscuits?
Can you imagine living next to this? Huh? Like, this should be our slogan. Like, just move to the MEV to live next to Cassie, and she can invite us all for sweet tea and biscuits. I love it so much. I want that to be my ringtone.
And cowboy boots and a cowboy hat.
Exactly. I don't even drink sweet tea and eat biscuits.
No, but we will from now on. Like, you can serve it on your porch. You need a porch. I love this so much. But yeah, so some people also, they're like, oh, but it's going too fast, and it's too good to be true and all of that. A lot of people tend to forget that we did buy a project that was already active 15 years ago. So we just had to reactivate everything. That was easy. And now also we're the excavators are there. They're getting all the roads out. The infrastructure is there. So this is why it's speeding along. So we were.
The infrastructure is actually about 60% done already, and that was like the biggest cost that could slow us down. And we're starting building the first house in a matter of weeks now. It's so exciting. I mean, just milestone after milestone this year. 2025 is definitely our year.
Yeah.
So we another thing worth mentioning that. I mean, I am saying this all the time. I almost feel stupid for saying it, but since Steven came, all our deadlines were met.
Yeah, because
which
he
is amazing.
So structured.
Yeah. He's like Mr. Structure Me.
Yeah. So you and I, we are big thinkers. We're creative. We're people. We're people for the people. Is that a thing? Can you be a people person?
No,
people person?
Not. Yes.
A people person.
Yeah.
You're not
pleaser.
We're people. So, but Steven is making sure that everything is actually working.
Yeah, he's down to business. Yeah, full control over everything. Yeah. I'm just speechless on how he handles all this. Like, I haven't seen anyone do a better job at what he does.
Have you seen anyone else do what he does, though?
No.
Who are you comparing him to?
Yeah. Literally, like in the movies, maybe,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So deadlines are being met. Everything is going as planned. We even ahead of schedule with a lot of the stuff. We're getting a lot of help now from little political help and from the mayor and the city council in Planes. They're being very helpful, and we got some of the permits earlier than we were supposed to. And I mean, that literally never happened. So we're very, very happy.
But he has so much experience. So he's godsend for sure. Absolutely, the entire team is, but yeah. So if you don't trust us, just meet Steven and you'll understand it straight away.
Let's answer the next one in 30 seconds.
Yeah, this is a really, really good one. So what will my neighbors be like? People are a little bit nervous about the neighbors. We already kind of settled that down because of Cassie. So you'll have, people from Texas serving sweet tea and biscuits. But in reality, I know some people are like, oh my gosh, is this going to be too intense, too close? I'm an introvert or whatever. Like, listen, if you're already living in a place with other people, you know what it's going to be like. Just to, make it a little bit better. So me and Iancu and I's idea was to take everything that we loved about life and just up the quality on everything. So your neighbors are going to be very different. It's a huge community. It's a huge neighborhood. It's a huge little village. There's going to be so many different people.
Yeah, there will be.
Yeah.
What I wanted to say is that we do create tools for people to be interactive if they want to. Yeah. But you will still have your privacy, right?
You have your privacy. And the plots are built in a certain way, so
I think
you have
that
your privacy.
question, it's rooted in a different, chain of thought, and that's people are worried that there's gonna be a bunch of hippies or a bunch of cult members. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or the nudists.
Yeah, the nudists and the swingers and we got all those emails from all these people, and I must say that a lot of people can be quite extreme with their worldviews in general, like either pro-vax or anti-vax or super religious or anti-religious or the ones that we mentioned before. So people, some people seem to be really, really concerned with their own views, and those kind of fall out in the process. Because Cassie's in the communication team now, and together with Caitlin, Alice also talks to a lot of the new people coming in, and basically we're telling everyone this is an open community for everyone. The things that we do have in common, though, is that we all care about living closer to nature and living in a community where we can get that support, right? And we care about health, and we care about sustainability, slow living, and all of that. We kind of have that in common. All
the
of us,
mental health, the physical health, the food aspect of it all.
Exactly.
For sure. This is absolutely one of the common
like
denominators.
The food is actually a very good example.
Yeah.
Like all these people that come into the map, they all care about eating healthier, but we're not going to have any really, strong opinionated vegans that cannot live together with people that eat meat, right?
Yeah.
But we all care about organic food and healthy food, right? So we all care about eating organically and closer to nature, but without the extremes,
I think it was Adina who said it at the MEV gathering that we had in February. I think it was her. So correct me, Adina, if you're listening, if it wasn't you, sorry about that. You're going to get credit for it.
It sounds like it was her.
You're going to get credit for it. She said, some people like cats, some people like dogs. We all like animals. Yeah. And that's kind of the kind of the thing. We have a lot of different people, but the common denominator is for sure that we have this common view of life and how life should be, that it should be slower, it should be good food. We have some people who really want to have their own vegetable gardens and just grow their own foods. We have some people who have never grown a tomato in their life and just want to buy it at the shop. But, we have in common that we both want to eat good food, so it's really beautiful.
Yeah. It's supposed to be that. If everyone was exactly the same, I don't think it would work.
No, we're so different. Even just like these people at the office, how different are we all?
Oh, yeah.
But
hey, the movie Matrix, Matrix, the movie. When they first designed the Matrix, it was this utopian world where everybody was exactly the same. They all had the same values, and everybody was rich, and everybody, but that didn't work. It crashed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they say that they tried a different version of. You know that, Cassie?
Yeah,
I fell
I've seen
asleep.
it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Typical. It's a guy's movie, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, so they tried a version of the Matrix where everyone had a great life. But if everybody has a great life, they didn't really
Yeah.
vibe. It wasn't really a community. If everyone has the same thoughts, there's nothing to
Yeah,
be
if everyone's
discussed.
the same, like the Truman Show.
Yeah, yeah. So I think it's great that we have so much diversity,
Yeah.
but the core values are kind of the same.
Yeah, there's a lot
as-
of kind people,
Yes.
and
Yes.
it's
Kindness.
yeah,
Kindness
yeah.
is the most important.
Kindness is the most important thing. This is what you taught me when we first got together. You always said that, if you're smart, if you're not smart, if you're popular, not popular, nothing matters if you're kind. You
Exactly,
have to be kind, but you don't have to be overly nice. You don't have to, go against your own, limitations or whatever. Don't be dumb, but be kind. Look for people's kindness. I love that.
Yeah. So I feel all our members kind of qualify,
Yeah.
except that one. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, let me just go through my little list here of what people are thinking. Okay, so I see that just what some people are, like some of the members that we got in, some of the things that they're mostly excited about is the fact that you get these beautiful houses in this beautiful climate, but you also get a lot of privacy and so much nature because we are surrounded by so many beautiful, I can't even start to explain how beautiful this place is. And we just bought the land just a couple months ago, so this is our first summer owning this land,
Well,
and
we
we're
signed
about
the land.
to explore.
The land was reserved for a year and a half. We
Yes,
signed off
but
the land.
last summer, our goal was not to explore the lake, explore the hiking places, explore any of this. It was so connected on like just getting to know the actual plots and trying to get them. So this season here that we're going into now, we're going to start really exploring, and we already have, and it's so beautiful.
Well,
All the hikes.
we got the approval for clearing out the land and start on the infrastructure. So actually, the land is changing a lot. Like all the roads are coming to life now, and Alisa always gets lost when she gets the problem because every time she goes there, it looks different.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is a lot of people already visited the plot, and I think when they come back now, they will have a shock because it's so much more alive. It looks more like a community, more like a village now.
Yeah.
It was just an overgrown forest before.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And now it looks like a village. Yeah. So.
Also, we have to talk a little bit about the communal areas because we are building so much. It's not just a get-together place where we can meet and greet. We're building an urban little city. It's so cool.
It is.
Tell us about the communal areas, just
I
everything
think
that's in the master
that should be a
plan.
different podcast because so much to tell.
Okay, we'll do another.
It's
we're doing another one on that.
hours of explaining that.
Yeah, but shortly said, it is restaurants, cafes, health clinics.
It's a little
systems.
city.
It's a little city with everything that you would need.
Yeah.
I also saw on the list one thing that surprised me a little bit because I wasn't sure if this was actually, is this in the master plan or not, because it does say cinema.
Well,
Do you know?
outdoor cinema.
Outdoor cinema.
Yeah, that was my biggest dream always.
Yeah, but my biggest dream was to have it inside as well. Is it in the master plan? Do we have a cinema in the master plan? Can anything in the master plan be turned into a cinema?
Obviously, yeah. Some of the common spaces can be
If not, move it inside our
repurposed,
house.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. We already do that now. So we could for sure do that as well. Okay. So I think we discussed a little bit of the people's worries.
People have way more worries than that, don't they, Cassie?
Yeah. I mean, are we talking about the school still, or is it just the...
Everything.
Everything in general.
Like, why would you, like people who are a little bit interested, but they're not ready to commit because of A, B, or Z? C.
I know a lot of people have been curious about, we said the schools...
if they'll find a job?
Yeah, people have been asking about, like, the job search. Like, like, I know we have different options, but...
Yeah, we actually cover that. We're going to have between 100 and 200 jobs in the MAF, and there's no way we can outsource all of that from the MAF. Even though there will be 500 families from there, and not everyone wants to work, we would most likely need to outsource from the neighboring cities.
Yeah.
So there will be enough jobs. But depends what
but
sort of
also
job
if
you're looking for. Yeah.
If one of your criteria to become a member of the MEV is that you need a job, then obviously the sooner the better.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know,
you can kind of peak now, right?
Exactly. If you
So,
come in
yeah.
now, because now we're ish small yet, then you're for sure you can.
Yeah, your options are way greater.
Yeah, you can almost pick and choose exactly. And you help shape everything. This is why people are becoming members now. And this is the reason the village is becoming as beautiful as it is. I mean, so many things that are happening right now was because of the members' ideas. It was not because of yours and mine.
Well,
you know?
funny enough, this, well, not funny enough, but people become members for a lot of different reasons. But it seems that the greatest reason for becoming a member early on is the ability to participate in the co-creation of this. Like all the decisions we're taking now, they're taking with the community council, they're taking with the other members. We have all these chats, all these groups. We have the weekly meeting, all of us, and we decide things. And I mean, everything that we decide now will be built in the future. So being a member now, you will be part of what's being decided, what's going to be built, and how we do things, and things like the internal economy and the restaurants or the schools or all these things. There's such a big project with so many ways to go about it. So being a member early on, you would definitely be part of that team that decides how things are going to be in the future. And I mean, this podcast is recorded in the end of May, and we announced a big price increase the 1st of June. And we didn't notice that people would, sign up to be members because of that. We thought it's going to drive more people to join earlier, because we need to increase the prices. The prices are very low as they are right now. But, that was not the reason. If people join this community, they don't join because of a financial benefit or an investment. This is a community where people will live in full time. We're not selling vacation houses, so the main concern obviously is community and the ability to be part of that community. So should we call it a day?
I think we should.
All right, thank you, wife.
It's Taco Friday. No, it's Pizza Friday.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Pizza Friday.
Yeah, nice.
True. Pizza and wine.
Pizza.